don't need sunglasses. Hey guys, come along with me as I make this super cute Etsy pattern. It's a denim tie vest, and it's all from thrifted jeans. I'll leave a link in the description for the pattern. But yeah, come follow along with this wonderful journey. There were highs, there were lows, there were broken threads, there were blisters on my fingers. It's a real journey. So let's go to my sewing room and let's get started on this. Okay, so the first thing I had to do was cut 3x3 squares of a million pieces of jean, and I did want to dye, but that's okay. Look at here. Ooh, look how pretty. How many? And then I just was ironing more jeans so that I can cut more and more and more. It was a never-ending process, but it's okay. I think it's going to be worth it. Okay, so here I'm just kind of laying out what grid I want and what order I want it, color schemes. In the beginning, I cared, and then towards the end, I just started placing whatever with whatever. It all gets mixed up anyways. This is honestly the worst part. And I have to do so many of these. But here's my pattern piece, right? I have to cut 2 pieces on a fold. This is all I have so far. This is all I have so far. So I have half of one of these. And I gotta cut 2 pieces of this. And this says I gotta cut 4, but I think what it is the lining. So I actually need to cut 2 of these and 1 of these out of this. And then the rest out of my lining, because I'm not having jean in the inside. That's just dumb. But it's about to get real tedious up in here. finally finished all of the rows. So these are all done. Now the fucked up thing is I gotta connect all of these into one giant grid. What sucks about that is, number one, I gotta press all these down so that it's actually flat, and then I can sew them together. I gotta do that for 12 rows. Then I gotta sew it all and then press it down each row before I then sew it to the now connected rows. And then I gotta sew this small grid that I already made, that I tested. And then I can cut out my pieces. So we have work to do tonight. And it's, let's see, let's check time. It's 8:37 right now. Let's see how long it takes for me to just to sew this into big one grid. The countdown starts now. Let's see. This, I need to press it and then I can cut my pieces. It's now 9:45. Took a little more than an hour. I haven't even cut the goddamn pieces yet. I haven't even cut my lining yet. Oh god. It doesn't even fit on my board. Oh my. I'm trying to cut out my pieces here. Also, look how pretty. Ooh. And my assistant here. Stop it! Oh my. Oh my goodness. So that didn't record, but that's okay. So in order for me to cut my next piece, I had to cut off a part or 2 rows that I wasn't using, and I now have to reattach it to this piece so that I can cut literally like an inch of the strap. Bro. And I made sure that I'm cutting it the right way, because if I didn't, I think I would crash out, I think, more than I ever have in my life. And I think I would have to go to a silent retreat or something. Alright, so here's what I was thinking for my linings. Yes, they're ugly, but I think I'm just gonna do the white on white. Yeah, you can kind of see the white on white design, so I think that's gonna be my lining. So I'm just gonna cut those, and I think we might call it good for tonight. Piper says it's time to go to bed. Huh, buddy? Next day, we're back. Pressed everything's cut out, and then I've made a last minute decision to add like fun pockets to the front. So we're gonna sew these on, and then we're gonna get to construction. Yeah, looks like we're gonna finish this up today, and then that'll be a project all done. Oh my god, come on. Come on. Oh, there's tape. Oh. There's tape. I see. Yeah, that doesn't seem to matter. I'm still struggling. Could just grab scissors. No, why would I do that? Oh my god, look at that. Okay, so the idea is I have this little scrap of fabric up here. I'm going to sew right along there and then fold it down. And then I'll sew along the edge here, and then that'll be my pocket. Down, and then boom. Boom. Okay, next side. Pocket 2 done. So I forgot I didn't cut the little strips. So I think I'm going to do it out of the white. I don't think I'm going to do the jean because I think that's going to be too difficult to sew. I think it's too thick to make such a tiny little strap. So we're just going to do it out of the lining. So I have to cut 4 of these, but what I'm going to do is I'm basically just going to cut it on the fold. And so I only need to trace 2 and then I'll slice it in the middle. Work smarter, not harder. I can't tell where your ends mine begins. If I had a voice tattoos, I would think that it's your skin. If I move too quick, that's you, I would think it's my affection. Being this close, she's close enough. You could say every time we touch, every time we are. Wish you could feel me, cute apartment. One bedroom, right where your heart is. Each space feels broken hearted. Cross the bed, feel way too far in. I know when you see just one, you they see us too. How teeny tiny, skinny, itty bitty. With every breath I'm sinking in, no way to describe it. I'm a riot. If I wake up and I'm somehow beside you, instead of beside you, this shouldn't surprise you. You don't even notice, no need to remind you. Wish you could feel me, cute apartment. One bedroom, right where your heart is. Each place feels broken hearted. Cross the bed feels way too far. I wonder when you see just one, do they see it? All right. 4 ties later. And now I can start doing the lining on the front part of the tie vest. I'm looking over the instructions again because you have to do like this weird inside out thing, and so I'm gonna need help with that. So stay tuned for this. Hopefully we get this. I think we can. It's just I need to get like a refresher because I've done this pattern before. I got this pattern off Etsy. I'll link it down below because it's really great, and once you do it, the instructions do make sense. It's just been a minute since I've made this. On to that step. Alright, so here I'm just kind of cutting where the curves are so that when I flip it, it'll actually kind of bend and move, and it'll actually flip a lot easier. So I just go along all the curves of the vest and just kind of snip where I can. camera because my camera was being weird, but I just top stitched all around the the curves and like just the front, just because it's really bulky and it's really puffy here. I'm afraid that when I wash it, it's gonna like get all wonky and stuff. So this is just for extra security. So now what I have to do is put the straps within the straps. So I'm gonna tuck it under here and then sew there, and then sew the sides. We're almost there. Jean to jean, if you do this. The lining should be facing up. Okay, so this is what it's looking like so far. So now I have to go the sides. So the sides are a little weird because you have to kind of take like this little conjunction right here on the back and then the conjunction on the front piece, kind of join right there in the middle, and then you're gonna do right sides together for the lining and then right sides together for the outer or for the jean, and then just sew long, and then that way it's going to be just all tucked in and nice. Okay, so I'm running into like a little bit of a problem because I top stitched first. I now have these weird like really thick parts. Even when I sewed in here, the armpit's now kind of a little weird. So I would just say maybe top stitch very last instead of prematurely like I did. But now I'm just clipping the bottom to finish it up, and then we are all done. Kind of slight oopsie. I for some reason I wasn't thinking, but I was supposed to do kind of what I did with the armholes, but for the bottom. So like flip it inside out and then sew right side to right side and then leave a gap and then flip it and then top stitch it. I just flipped and sewed, which isn't technically wrong, but it's not as clean. But I'm not gonna undo this because I think I'm just gonna keep this. I don't think I'm gonna give it away or anything like that. So I'm the only one who will know. And it's on the inside. So who cares? So actually, all I have to do is sew this little hole that I left. Now we're done. Wanna see? Ready? Ta-da! Here it is. It is so cute. Seal celebration. Seal celebration. It's a little stiff, gonna be real, but also the pattern doesn't say it's for like heavy material like this. It's more for like muslin, or just like a light cotton. But I think overall, I think it's really cute. A couple things that I would change is definitely the top stitching. I would do that last. I think what made this cute is the pockets that I decided to add. I think it would be a little plain if I didn't. So that was a cool addition. But all in all, only took 2 days. But that's okay.
I think it's actually really cute.
You think it's cute?
I think it's very cute.
Cuter than you thought?
Way cuter than I envisioned that it was going to be.
So another thing about this project is it's made out of entirely thrifted or recycled jeans from old jeans that I had, or I used to work at a secondhand store and I would get jeans for like $2, maybe $1 there. So I kind of just had a stockpile of just cut jeans. So yeah, and I think that's what also is really cool about this, is that it's reused, you know, it's stuff that would have been sitting in a Goodwill bin or a landfill somewhere. So I think it's a really cool, resourceful thing, and makes me feel kind of artsy fartsy, kind of makes me feel special. I really hope you enjoyed it. I just really wanted to use this as like a creative outlet, and it kind of forces me to prioritize my physical hobbies. So, you know, once a week I'm going to be posting kind of like a creative video, and today was sewing this. I had it in my brain and I've been wanting to make it, so I'm so happy that I did. Again, not perfect, there are a few changes that I would do, but all in all, I had a really great time. I hope you did too. I hope some of it was relaxing, maybe got some creative juices flowing for you. Who knows, man? I'm just here surviving, and so are you. We're doing great. But thank you so much for watching. Those of you who do watch, I really appreciate it. Like and subscribe, and, you know, tag the original creator of the pattern if you do remake this, and tag me too, because I'm curious what you guys do with it. I think I'm gonna go now. I'm really hungry. Bye!